Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today I will share with you the top 5 banks for your tax-free US LLC. A few years ago, I was a young hustler in Germany, 20 years old. I had my first success, but then I received my first tax letter of 2 million euro. And at this time, I had no money at all anymore. I've invested everything into my business and I've spent a lot of money. And at this time, because I got treated like a shit from a government which is not using this tax money anyways or investing this tax money into wars, and I promised myself I will leave this country and I will figure out how I can structure a tax-free company and how to build a bulletproof setup. And after I left Germany, I figured out that US LLCs are the best tax-free, accounting-free, anonymous company setup in the world if you're a non-US citizen, non-US resident. But I'm always explaining you guys to set up a company in the US, in the UK, in the UAE is the easiest part. It takes us 1 day to set up a US LLC for you. But the difficult part is to build a long-term working infrastructure with great banks, great payment gateways, because I see it every single day that even high-level entrepreneurs don't have a good infrastructure and always suffer from blocked Google accounts, blocked payment gateways, blocked bank accounts, and this is all not necessary. So let me explain you everything that you need to know so that you can use your US LLC perfectly from today with the right bank accounts. Bank account number 1 is Mercury. Mercury is definitely great. It's not a real bank, it's a fintech bank account or a software platform. But the app is definitely great. I love the online banking. I love the app. You can create spaces. You can give cards to yourself and to your employees. You can give access to different employees. Everything works perfectly. Everything looks great. And it just works. Even for huge transactions. The only thing where you need to pay attention is when you apply for your Mercury account, you need to show them a website and you need to prove or show them that you have clients in the US and that you are focused on the US market. This is extremely important to get approved for the bank account. And after you get approved for the bank account, you can get a credit card with, I think, a $50,000 deposit and everything will work. But keep in mind, I'm always telling you guys, fintech bank accounts are only good to get started, and you can definitely use it for $1 million or $2 million per month, but the time will come where they will ask you for proof, they will ask you for invoices, and these invoices need to be right, because I saw it many times. Everything worked for 6 months and then they bombarded people with prove me this, show me a proof of this funds, show me a proof of this, and one invoice was wrong and then they closed the account. So this is what you always need to keep in mind. But overall, Mercury definitely works great. And I mean, you can, for example, come to us and open a US LLC today. It will be completely finished tomorrow and it will take you maybe 2 weeks until we get the EIN for you and can open the bank account for you. So very simple, it's a good start for your e-commerce business, for example. Bank account number 2 is Relay. Relay is also a fintech bank account. I would say it's almost similar to Mercury. Mercury looks a little bit better, the online banking is a little bit better, but the client support, the customer support of Relay is a little bit better. So they are almost at the same level. My experience with Relay was also always great. I used Relay for almost 1.5 years for 500,000 to 3 million per month. Great fintech bank account, also same design. I mean, you can give cards to your employees, add your employees, they can send invoices for you, you can structure the spaces, so it's overall great. How to get a bank account with Relay? I made the experience that it's better to apply for Relay through a referral or through a connections, so we can do it, for example, for you, and then Relay will definitely work. But the same issue, Relay can work for 1.5 years and then all of a sudden they will ask you for 60 different invoices and you need to prove everything, and they will not ask again. And if you don't send this proof immediately to the deadline, then they will just close the account. And while Mercury is a little bit softer while closing the account, so they can send you the remaining funds and it works, they will send you a check. But the problem is they will send a check to the address in the US, and many times this address is not a real address of clients, and then this money is gone. So this is something that you need to keep in mind. I'm always telling you this about fintech bank accounts. They're great to get started and the interface is great, but don't use it for too much money, and you should work on a traditional bank account later on. Bank account or fintech bank account number 3 is Wise, originally also known as TransferWise. And this is what Wise is good for: to transfer money, to receive money and to send money in all kinds of currencies, from euro to pounds to dollar to dirham to Thai baht, to every currency almost. And I use Wise, and I use Wise still for millions of euros and dollars and pounds and dirhams every single month. But I hear every single day that people say Wise is trash, they blocked me, they closed my accounts, they hold my funds, I lost my funds. I heard it all. And this is why I'm always telling you, use Wise to receive money and to send money, not to store your money on this bank account. And this fintech bank accounts all have the same algorithms. So you need to start really slowly, and in the beginning they will ask for invoices. Wise will not come all of a sudden. They will more ask you in between, and you send the right invoices, and don't do stupid transactions. Don't, for example, send a transaction for another person and mention this person in the transaction, and then they will tell you this is against our guidelines. You're not allowed to send money for other people, because they all have this money laundering guidelines, all of these banks. So there are some simple systems where you need to pay attention, and then you warm up Wise, and then you can use it for millions of euros. But I never have more than $200,000 or $300,000 on this account. I just directly send it to my other more reliable accounts. But still, to receive money and send money, it's the best in the world. Bank account, real bank account number 4 for your US LLC is Chase JP Morgan. And this is the number 1 recommendation if you are an 8 and 9-figure entrepreneur. And even if you're a 7-figure entrepreneur, as soon as you have your ITIN, just have a short flight to the US. We connect you to our bankers, and you need a few documents, which is usually just your company documents, and they ask for a proof of address for a utility bill, for example, but we can help you with this. You don't need to worry about this. And we connect you to our banker. You will be in Miami for a few days. Have a nice time in Miami. Enjoy the palm trees. And Florida is nice for a few days holiday. And then you open your bank accounts there. And it's a huge recommendation, because many people, and I see it every single day, even with so big entrepreneurs, they have so many bank accounts, and they need a bank account and a backup bank account and a backup bank account and a backup bank account, all fintech bank accounts, which are all unreliable. But it doesn't make any sense. Do you think the big corporations in this world have 500 fintech bank accounts? No, they have one good bank account, and that's it. In one of my last videos, I gave this example of this Bernie Madoff as a joke, who had 65 billion on his Chase JP Morgan bank account. But this should show you that this bank account is reliable, while some people are worried about $500,000 on their bank account. It's nothing for these banks, and these banks are in general pretty safe, and this is why I recommend this bank. And I have a Chase private client personal bank account. This requires $150,000 deposit on my personal bank account, and this is connected to my Chase corporate bank account. I have $100,000 minimum deposit there as a minimum balance. It's not even a real deposit. And then I have this, I think, premium corporate banking with them. So $250,000 minimum balance in total, but it's all flexible. And then your private client on your personal side. So you have a personal bank account and your premium client on the corporate side. And I love Chase JP Morgan because I have multiple bankers there. It's really like a family. They are always available. They help you with absolutely everything. And I just feel extremely safe with this bank. And this bank account is so useful because I'm cashing out 7 figures every month in crypto. Nothing happened. I'm not worried. I just asked my bankers. I'm sending 8 figures every month to companies. I have all kinds of e-commerce businesses running on this Chase JP Morgan bank account. Then I have my American Express through this bank account. Then I have the Chase Sapphire credit card and the Chase corporate credit card all through this bank accounts, which is definitely great credit cards. They always offer me loans. I mean, I don't need them now, but I have this opportunity. I use this Chase JP Morgan bank statement so many times around the world as either a proof of funds or proof of address, because if I apply for something in the UAE and I send them some fintech bank account, they will not take it serious. But if I show them Chase JP Morgan, almost everybody knows this bank around the world, and they take this proof serious. It was one of the best choices ever to use this bank account. And now, honestly, right now, I'm still using Wise to send and receive money. But for everything else, I'm just using Chase JP Morgan because you don't need 5 backup bank accounts. This bank account is absolutely safe. You can also have private banking for $10 million deposit or minimum balance with JP Morgan. If that's useful for you, many times it's a little bit overrated, private banking. At the same time, it can give you many connections. So if you have $100 million left and you need to put it somewhere, then open a private banking account with JP Morgan. I have my bankers there, so it's pretty easy and definitely the biggest recommendation for you as a high-level entrepreneur. And then we have the last bank account number 5. And I want just to mention 2 bank accounts at the same time. And this is Citibank and Bank of America. Both bank accounts which I definitely don't see at the same level like Chase JP Morgan. But these are 2 bank accounts. They are easy to open. We can send you there with the right documents to our banker and you open this bank account in one day. They give you the credit cards. They have multiple branches around the world. These banks are pretty safe. The online banking is okay, not great. Honestly, I just use both banks as a little backup still, where I have some funds just to put some tax savings, put some funds there, but that's it. But for my operative business, I almost only use Chase JP Morgan right now. But if you ask me for an alternative traditional bank, because many of our clients fly to the US, we prepare all documents for them, send them to our connections, and many times they just want to open 3 or 4 banks because it can help you later, for example, to build a better credit score, to get financing. And then I always say then also just go to these 2 banks, open an account, because these banks are pretty safe, the user experience is okay, and you can do it, why not? Then you have much more options in the US. For example, you have PNC, you have this Truist Bank, I guess. And I heard from many people that they didn't have a good experience with these banks. And I mean, I saw these banks in the US, they also don't look very good for me. They are pretty good to get unsecured loans, to get financing. So if you want to open a personal bank account without any deposit there, then you can go there, but it's not a huge recommendation, especially not for your US LLC. So guys, I hope this video could help you. So to give you a little summary of these 5 bank accounts, you open your US LLC in 1 or 2 days with us. You get your EIN, your employment identification number, in the first 2 weeks. You can just get started with the fintech bank accounts, with Mercury, with Relay, with Wise. We can open you all of them and you start to use them. And then over time, if you earn more or if you receive your ITIN, we prepare all documents for you, and then you open one high-level Chase JP Morgan bank account for your business, to cash out crypto, to send invoices, to build wealth, and so on. And it's definitely the biggest recommendation to set up this US LLC with great banking, because you will use it anyways. In the past, even before I knew that I will use the US LLC, I had a good business partner who told me, just open the US LLC, you will need it for everything, for asset protection, for your business, for banking, for anonymity, to send huge transactions. It's still the biggest tax haven in the world. They can do whatever they want, the US. So just do it. And it's what I did, and I'm extremely grateful that I did it. So guys, I hope this video could help you guys. And if you want to learn more about how we can help you to grow and protect your wealth, then just go to wealthconsulting.com, book a call with us, write your questions into the comments, and I would say see you in the next video, see you in the call, or see you in real life.